I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Bow our heads in prayer. Lord, I'd like to pray for all those who are responding to and helping out with all the large incidences across the United States. There's a lot going on all over the U.S. Please pray for all those. Lastly, Lord, I'd like to pray for all the men and women who serve our country, home and abroad, who protect our freedom so we can have meetings. In your name we pray. Amen. All right, reading and approval of minutes.
Motion to approve and suspend the reading.
Motion by Mr. Hack.
Second.
Second by Mr. Folkers. Any discussion? None? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. The approval of the agenda. I would like to make one adjustment. Since Dustin's gone, we have our portfolio assignments. I'd like to hold off until next meeting on that, on both of those.
So I'll make a motion to strike the 12B from the agenda and approve the rest as presented.
Motion by Mr. Folkers.
Second.
Second by Casey. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. Engineers report.
Good evening, Jared from Bundy, More Engineering. I don't have much for you, but I was in the area, so it's convenient to stop in. Generally, the only update I'm going to give on Expedition Estates is the work we are doing for the city of Hazen, performing an engineer's report on a section of questionable infrastructure. If you recall, the biggest portion of that was a geotechnical investigation. The soil borings had been done. We've been corresponding with the engineer in Ron Intertek's office. He does have preliminary results, but he's got a few more tests to run. I should have the final results this week. If you recall, what they're doing is they're evaluating the 20-some feet of pipe or the backfill above the 20-some feet of pipe along that stretch to determine what type of soil consolidation or settlement that we still expect to have. So that's the biggest portion of the study. That should hopefully be done this week. I would hope to have our engineers report to you by the meeting in 2 weeks then. At that point, then we can discuss what the next steps might be. But I guess I don't want to tell you one way or the other, just that the field work is done, preliminary results are in, and there's not going to be any delays. They're going to get a report to us, and we should be able to achieve that date. If anybody has any questions, they can call me, but I'm not ready to release any preliminary results yet. I can answer some questions though, if anybody has any. No? Okay. So expect our engineer's report at the meeting in 2 weeks. Sanitary sewer project that we're buttoning up. Final inspection walkthrough was on July 9th. There was a punch list of items generated. I don't think it's included in your packet, but that walkthrough, I was not there. I believe it was Grant. Was Grant with you guys? Yep. Okay. And with these guys, we have 5 items that are outside the spec that have to be corrected before we make the final payments to the contractor. And that's where that project sits. City Hall does have a copy of that punch list, so if residents are listening and they've got something that they may be concerned about, they can contact City Hall or us, and we'll determine if something else needs to get fixed or not. But there's 5 corrections on the list that have to get fixed.
Maybe smaller things.
Yeah. Concrete settled, it has to get removed and replace all concrete driveway and curb at 222 4th Avenue, 3rd Street Northwest, 3rd Avenue Northwest patch settled. And then there's a couple small ones, some milling of some corner, some piece of patch settled. Something with a manhole rehab that it has to get corrected. They're items that have to get fixed. That's generally the only items, no approvals tonight, just monitoring a few things. I will just kind of generally say that the DOT throughout the state has been experiencing a lot of buckling of pavements. You've probably seen that on the radio. When you've got long stretches of concrete and it heats up to 100 or 105 degrees for a week, those expand and they can pop. If you notice that in town, please let me know. We did have some trouble with that by the hospital a couple of years ago with their driveway. But we correct that by putting in expansion joints in those places. They're hard to predict, not that difficult to fix, but if you find that or see that, I would say just report it so we can monitor that situation. Otherwise, the only thing that I have left is that I want to find a couple dates, times to walk through capital improvement plan discussions with you. I need an hour. We've gone through it in the past at city council meetings. We would be willing to do that if you want to dedicate an hour at a city council meeting. I don't expect any approvals at that type of discussion meeting. So if you want to have a special meeting, we could do a noon hour or a 5 p.m. or whatever, but I could do that via webinar. So, we can do it remote, but I'm gonna suggest a couple times that work to Monty and ask you guys to pick a time. But I wanna run through the whole list of odd projects that you have on your list. Walk you through what the capital improvement plan software looks like. We can rearrange, we can evaluate things. It's budget season, so we need to go through your list of capital improvement needs so you understand what you have, if you want to address something, or if you don't. But tis the season when we should be walking through these infrastructure issues. So I want to do it before you finalize your budget you want to address. So I'm going to try to pick a date here, late July, early August, that works. 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, or is it gonna be a different time for everybody?
If it's in the next 2 weeks, I might be out of the area, so I'd ask to do it via the remotely.
Yep, we can do noon hour, or 5. Just throw it out there. What do you guys? Anything specific? 6 o'clock at night.
I'll be 2 hours behind, so I don't care. I have less concerns, is what I meant.
Okay.
I have less concerns.
Okay.
Yeah, if we're doing that, yeah, remote would work anytime for me.
You can do it pulled over on the side of the road.
I could do it over inside. No, that'd be double dipping. I can't do that. But yeah, if I'm not working, I
Okay.
can do it anytime.
I'm just gonna work through Monty and pick about 3 times that work for us. And if they don't work, pick 3 different times and we'll find a time. But I wanna get this discussion started and just, if there's something we need to add to it, we'll do it. But anything else for me? I'm gonna go pretty quick though, if you guys don't have anything else. Questions on any of the projects? No? Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Jay.
Yeah,
All right, we'll go down to 6A and B, request raffle.
Hold up this enough?
Yeah.
Okay. Make a motion to approve both.
Motion by Mr. Folkerts,
That's for the Peace Lutheran Church and the Church of St. Martin.
Second.
second by Mr. Stern. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Folkerts.
Aye.
Stern.
Aye.
Hack. Shipro.
Aye. Motion passed. 8A, temporary conics for SMC.
Do you remember the zoning board had recommended an update in the zoning ordinance to not allow Conex boxes on any zone property within the city of Hazen? That ordinance hasn't been adopted or published yet, so at this point, we don't have anything specific. So they are just requesting approval for a temporary location while they're doing some of the renovations and the addition on the hospital to store items up right next to their building off of 8th Avenue in a Conex box storage container. It's a pretty wide open space since the clinic was removed, so. And they did specify that it should only be for till May 27th, possibly.
7 months.
Since we don't have this in the ordinance yet, Monty, do we need a motion?
And it would still be better, cause if we do publish that,
Before,
yeah.
so moved.
Motion by Mr. Hack,
In a second.
second by Mr. Folkerts. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed. All right, we'll go to reports. Keith?
Nope.
Nothing.
Nope, not anything. Thank you.
I got a few things.
Mr. Hack.
I'm gonna start with, over by the tennis courts, the little drainage going into Antelope. We scarred that plowing last winter, I believe, the
Yeah.
pavement.
And it's been peeling or breaking up on its own, other than
Um,
the damage we do plowing.
I don't know if we just mistakenly missed it, or if that was after the fact when.
I think we kinda jumped over it, cause it wasn't quite as bad when we initially looked
Yeah.
at it, but it's been steadily really getting worse.
So I've got a bid here from Winkler Construction. Meisner went out with Dave, but we have no bid. So I make a motion, it's to replace and, remove and replace approximately 6 feet deep, which go to the east, by about 35 feet north and south, right, Dave?
Yep.
Of the asphalt, to replace it with 6 inches thick of concrete, 5,000 PSI with half-inch rebar, 18-inch on center. Bid is for $3,650. I'd like to go forward with this, if we could.
Motion by Mr. Hack.
Second.
Second by Mr. Stern.
Could you dive me into where this is, where?
At the tennis courts where the drainage is on the street on 10th.
There's a drainage that runs north and south, and there's a dip in there.
There's the dip going to the west, or to the east. Right,
Right underneath that tree.
Right under the trees.
Yep,
Yeah,
right there.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, there's drainage all from there.
not, it's in the street.
Yeah.
It's actual drainage.
Okay.
I mean, there's a narrow section of concrete, but it's,
Gotcha.
we're going over and getting rid of the pavement, going concrete for a wider barrier.
Makes sense, okay.
I did tell the contractor, or Winkler Construction, that they could do that all in one pour, so we just close off that section until it's done instead of a two piece and then add the seam, which would add one expense.
Okay. All right, we have a motion and a second, we have discussion. Roll call.
Hack,
I,
Stern,
Aye.
Folkerts,
Aye.
Shepherd.
Aye.
second thing, one of our oldest mowers, Dave, and I'll
Yes.
let you touch on it, is just,
Our zero turn is getting tired or whatever, and I figure it's about time to replace it before it just actually quits on us or whatever, starting to get a few issues, so I've got a couple bids from local lot dealers.
we both got 42-inch deck, Cup Cadet from TSC and, Toro from Ace. And the Toro has the tax left on it, but it's 34.99, and the Cub was 32.99.
After a discount, yes.
Yeah, before it's 35. I'd like to go the Toro route myself, so I make a motion that we purchase the Toro 42-inch for $34.99.
$34.99.
From Ace.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Hack, second by Mr. Folkers. Any further discussion?
Assuming that works for you guys?
Yeah.
Is that the one you want?
Yeah, either one is good, they're both really good machines, so it's
Okay.
not gonna make much difference.
Is this addition to your budget or within your budget, not a line item?
It's within our budget.
Okay, alright, very good. Alright, any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Hack,
Aye.
Folker,
Aye.
Stern,
Aye.
Pepperell.
Aye, motion passed.
And lastly, one of our workers was just pushing up the tree pile with the case loader and branch come off or
Yeah,
log or
branch
something.
kicked back off the pile or whatever, and knocked out two of the windows, windshield and one of the side windshields.
But Monty told me before the meeting it was covered, so deductible's only gonna, it's $100 bill, right,
Oh.
Monty?
Yes.
So.
Oh.
I make a motion that we go ahead and fix the windshield or the side window or whichever window it is.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Hack, second by Mr. Folkers. Any other discussion?
The driver okay, operator okay? Yeah, okay.
Okay, I guess we're spending money, roll call.
Hack,
Aye.
Folker,
Aye.
Stern,
Aye.
Pepperell.
Aye.
That's all I have unless Monty or Dave have anything else.
I do not.
Okay, thank
Mr. Folkers? Yeah, Mr. Folkers.
Do you have anything, Monty?
I do not.
Okay, I don't have anything at this time.
Mr. Weidrich is absent today. Jim, do you have anything?
Air conditioner's fixed. NRV came, got everything up and running.
Okay,
Need for drop box and all that, so we should be good to go.
okay, good. I don't have anything else, I guess.
you. No.
Oh, well, for that,
Oh, sorry.
yeah, that's okay. Okay, I don't have anything else for, that. I wasn't made aware of anything else. ACD is not present. So me, I received this note, looks like one of the 6 units that cools the city hall had issues last week. Brad Heifer came, looked at it, recommending that we plan to replace all of them, which would require new furnaces as well. I'm assuming those are quite aged.
About 22 years.
Oh, it's not as old as I thought. So with everything, cost of 24,000. In the meantime, it'll cost up to 5,000 to replace the compressor, motor, squirrel cage, freon, and labor charges. I guess me personally, I just fix it, and we can budget in for the rest of it and maybe get additional quotes if we're gonna do a little bigger fix and purchase. I will make a motion for up to 5,000 to fix what needs to be fixed for now.
Second.
Second, any other discussion?
So the new ones, they're only, new ones are only, a 22? Is that what you said?
He said it'd be at least 24,000
At
to
least
replace
20 to replace all.
all the furnaces and the compressors.
That's not a piece, that's all.
That was sounded like all of them, yeah.
Okay.
But we don't itemized quote.
Yeah.
Bid.
Yeah.
I would like to see more. I mean,
Yeah. We would do
Access.
best to specify what we're looking for.
Yeah.
And then let them bid.
I mean, I'd hate to Band-Aid it, especially with that much money, but maybe, I don't wanna say buy us time, but maybe do it right. And obviously it must be working somewhat right now, huh? Are the other
That
one
unit
units?
is turned off. There's 2 units that run the office AC.
Okay,
So one of them is down, but it is doing some work, yeah.
okay. But the other single one is probably working really hard right now.
Yeah.
Well, and
So
we have,
Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So it's really not, I guess, it's not, I guess, a needed, I guess, right now, is that not hearing or?
His concern was that it's just gonna overtax the other one, pretty soon you don't have anything for the offices and the small home,
That's
cause
what
they're all up there in age, so.
I was just gonna ask that if we're pumping one and it's double time, and is it gonna go down and be more money?
If this was September, I would probably consider the wait, but we got a lot of summer left.
We got a lot of summer.
The dog days are just starting.
Yeah, if there's-
I hate to spend $5,000 and then spend 20 grand, but
But I mean, the lot for the budget season and stuff like that, I think that's smart.
Yeah.
Plus, if there's newer parts in the one, maybe if the other one does go down, that one will last a little longer with the newer parts in it.
and we wouldn't have to replace all 6 at one side, or we can
Yeah.
choose. I mean, life's full of choices.
And you don't necessarily have to replace it this coming year, I mean, you
Sure.
can budget
Yes.
to set aside some reserves for 28 or 29
Yeah.
and hope that you can get through.
Mr. President, has a Legionnaire or anybody else been notified or given an opportunity to bid?
Not on this. Not on a repair, it wasn't. It's up to you.
Given a full replacement, I would absolutely want
Yeah,
additional
right.
quotes, and then we'd have to have somewhat of a scope of work or something to have detailed exactly what we want. But I think on a repair, I hate to cost the city more money by waiting if that other unit goes down.
Yeah, well, from what I heard, it isn't, emergency yet.
Not yet.
But it could be.
Yeah.
Some of those crap sheets.
We have a motion and a second discussion, roll call.
Shifro,
Aye.
Hack,
Aye.
Folkerts.
Aye.
Stern.
No,
Motion passed. That's all I have. To 11A, the rural garbage route. Looks like there's 103 rural garbage accounts. We receive roughly 27,000 in revenue. And loose estimates are approximately 30,000 plus some in expenses.
I wasn't exactly sure how to figure the cost per mile per hour for the garbage trucks, so.
Sounds like Monty was contacted by a non-resident just east of town. He'd rather pay higher rates than find a new carrier. I mean, me personally, I think we should, obviously, coming into the budget season, I'd also like to see how many counts in city limits, our current cost to that, or our current revenues and cost. Well, we probably can't do cost, but the amount we can estimate how much it's gonna go up. My other question is, I guess you answered some of it, but if we remove 100 accounts, how will that affect overall everything? Like, with the additional costs for the landfill. So if we're gonna lose accounts, plus we're gonna add fees for landfill that increases from the landfill.
We're talking a tipping fee?
Yeah,
Increase in tipping, okay.
yeah, cause all that has to
Yeah.
label out. So then if we remove accounts and we add the additional tipping fee is that gonna like,
That does kind of balance out because you're not taking those additional tonnage out
Right.
to the landfill
Yeah.
either, so your tipping fees technically go down some as well.
Or are you talking tipping fees increases coming down the pike?
the increase is coming down for the future.
Gotcha.
Versus the accounts that we'll maybe get rid of, maybe,
I guess some of it does already answer that because
yeah.
if calculations are even approximate, it might be a wash.
Well, I can get you that other information if you'd like, yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
And I mean, not only the monetary part
Oh,
of it,
sorry, go ahead.
but it's the manpower.
Well, from our side or my side out at the shop or whatever, it isn't so much the monetary breaking even or whatever, it's basically ours is a lack of the manpower.
Yeah,
The hours that the guys would actually be in town, we could be doing some other projects or whatever, kind of the safety of the guys on the highway emptying the
Absolutely.
cans, especially dead of winter with all these frac trucks
yep.
and stuff, that's kind of the main reason. We don't get summer help anymore, it doesn't seem like, so. That was kind of the main reason I brought it up about eliminating the railroad, not so much financial as safety and man hours available for in-town stuff.
That increase on tipping fees at the landfill, is that increase for everybody, including the commercial people that are running garbage truck companies?
Yeah, they charge by the ton, so whoever takes something out there, they're charged by the ton. And I haven't heard anything yet with the county just starting their budget to, if there's gonna be a change for this coming year or not, as far as the tipping fees.
Has the city looked at the arm trucks lately since you discontinued picking up garbage beside the cans?
That's a good
You're
question.
only using cans?
Yeah.
You've looked at them?
I don't know, that's a good question, that's what I was gonna ask.
What do you think about, oh, go ahead, Casey, I'm sorry.
Dave and I know I used to spoke about it some too. That way, even if you go that way, just that the can has gotta be in the right spot
Yeah.
there and stuff. And the lid, then I guess needs to be, I guess a down all the way too.
So there's some added
So there's,
stipulations.
yeah.
It's up to-
So,
And you can't have stuff parked all over the street,
yeah, yeah.
because they're not gonna get out, if we go to arm.
Yeah.
We're not getting out
I
there.
mean, is that, pros versus cons there too, right? Like, I feel like people are kinda getting used to the idea of no more loose bags on the street, or what have you guys been seeing?
It's getting better.
It's getting better
It's getting better, we
gradually,
still get a few calls or
Sure.
concern questions.
but not nearly the way it was,
No.
right?
It's
Okay.
getting quite a bit
So I mean,
better.
if we're starting to gradually go that route,
With the arm truck, you still need the truck we got because you still have all your dumpsters. So we got
Mhm.
dumpsters out in the country, so you're
Sure.
gonna still be running 2 trucks and a 3-man crew.
is that
To
something
do the
you don't?
dumpster part of it, even if you had the one arm truck for the cans.
So that's, I mean, it's most likely a whole nother truck, right? Or is there something like,
No,
is
it's
there
a
an
whole nother
attachment
truck.
or something that can be added?
Whole other truck.
Okay.
Then if that truck breaks down, you only have one arm truck, then you're kind of
Right.
right back to the beginning.
Yeah, what do the cities do? Like Bismarck, where they?
Beulah does it there
Yeah,
too,
they're-
so if I know that Dave is like,
Yeah, they got
It's
one
what
arm
we do,
trucks on a
yeah.
lot of it, I don't know. But they still have the big trucks for the dumpsters, like at the shopping malls, and them kind of things or whatever, so. I'm not real familiar with I know Beulah's got the arm truck and they have had issues with them, I mean, they're not, a lot more moving parts.
Yeah.
On an arm truck.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanna support you, Dave, so I just wanna make sure we have all the information. That way we can provide it to the citizens, so when we make our decision, there's clear understanding why. Let's keep it on and then
Okay.
revisit it, reschedule it till later. 11B, hydrocorp.
I didn't put anything together for that. We had a whole presentation last time Jared spoke on it. Again, calculations, with roughly 1,200 residents currently on the system. On the 5-year plan, you'd have to raise the rates by at least $2 and a little over $2. On the 3-year plan, you'd have to raise the rates $3.80, the base rate, in order to cover the additional cost just for the survey.
per year, per month,
per month,
per month.
per user per month.
For 3 years,
For the
Or
3
5
years,
5.
or a little over 2 for the 5, right?
It's actually cheaper to do the 5-year program, even with the 4% increase. The 5-year program came out to $149,000 total, where the 3-year program was $169,000. And again, this would be basically I think the agreement they sent us starts January 1, so it would be part of the 2027 budget.
Now, maybe just forgetting, but did we already discuss if we reached out to similar municipalities and see what they were doing?
So these guys have a pretty good reputation among everyone they help. They tend to help little communities like us that, and they really pride themselves on being basically an extension of our department. It's really hands off for us. It's basically if you hired like 3 or 4 more guys for my department to handle this.
Sure.
So it's all inclusive service above just the survey. The survey is the expensive part, more or less.
Yeah.
But the service is a lot more than just them going around and
Right.
everything.
Who in the area, Jared, are they servicing right now?
I don't know anyone specifically in North Dakota. I could get references from them. The guys really wanted some.
I guess, I apologize, kind of how I should have probably phrased my question, yeah. Like what are the experiences with other similar sites? I know it's impossible to get somebody exact match, but like what their story is with it kind of thing.
I like the idea of reference checks.
Yeah.
That'll be easy enough, and they'll be happy to send over a list of people to call or talk to. They'd be happy to do that.
So we'll revisit that later as well. Looks like we had a check that was a 12A, check issued to Blooming House for some flowers. Amount of $67 was not received, and a new check was requested. So we're just asking for approval for that check.
11C.
Oh, yes. I don't have
It's
this
not on your
here.
notes.
Oh, okay. I was like,
It only came in today.
okay.
It's regarding something that was discussed in October of 2023 with Pound World Medical Staffing. They used to have a business to do medical staffing and supply people to different entities. There was funding that was passed through the city under a community development block grant. They have since declared bankruptcy and dissolved, and they are now requesting that the city send a letter basically discharging them from this agreement that was entered in 2004. And that way the Department of Commerce can close out their books on this program. Again, the city did not expend any actual dollars, it just passed through.
Oh, it's just an agreement,
Yeah,
so a motion for a letter stating we will dissolve the agreement.
yeah, to write off the remaining balance of that.
Well, I remember it.
I guess what was that? Could you, a little more detail, I don't understand.
There's still a back, they owe us money?
They owe the Department of Commerce money,
Okay.
but the Department of Commerce can't write it off unless we write it off because we were part of the agreement. Buster knows more about it.
Yeah, they also, HCD has some money tied up with them as well. And, I can't remember exactly what year it was in. I'm guessing it was probably about 2015. Jason, you might remember, but, HCD actually did receive a check from them in the amount of, again, I'd have to go back to the books and look, but I think it was in the neighborhood of about $5,000, okay, which was kind of a surprise. So the subsequent year after that, then I actually built that back into the budget, HCD's budget as revenue, and ran that for a couple more years, but we never saw any more money. But HCD did put some original dollars into this project. And the city's responsibility was just to sign off on the transaction as a pass-through.
Okay.
So HCD, did have some, physical commitment, some dollar commitments to it, and that they actually, expended. But again, I would have to really go back and dig in there and take a look and see what it amounted to, so. And another agency too that I was talking with Antoinette today that I had forgotten about was also McEd put money into this adventure. That's what it was, an adventure. Adventure, yeah. So, and again, I think as far as the city is concerned, you could probably sign off on it, but I don't know if that means that the city has more authority than HCD, cause they got the same request, cause Antoinette asked me about it today.
I haven't, that came in later I didn't get a chance to look at it.
Okay.
But I don't know if they owe this, if it was just a pass-through, what's the debt that you're writing off?
The city has no debt that we're writing off.
So why are you writing off anything? I mean, what
Because we
can you
were in
write
the
off?
agreement.
Their name was on it.
You're just releasing liability, you're not writing off debt, because you don't have any debt.
No,
Right.
we don't have any debt. The
Yeah.
CDBG funded it for $100,000.
These guys have debt, they put money in
Right, but I'm sure why the city's involved, Pat, is we now run checks and balances through Monty at the city. Yes, no?
HCD has always been run.
Right,
Yeah,
and that's probably why we're involved, I'm guessing.
like Buster says, it's passed through,
Yeah.
like we do with other agreements. If you,
I just remember that, it was a long time ago
Yeah.
when we last had to address this. I thought it was a done deal, but I guess they sold it to another company that went bankrupt. So there's two bankrupt.
would you like to review this before we make any decisions or do anything else?
Be helpful.
Okay, let's do that. Are you guys in agreement with that?
In case we
Okay.
miss anything.
It sounds like it's probably a go-ahead kind of thing, but at the same rate.
Yeah, I definitely would
Yeah, I
like.
don't expect you to get anything out of
Or,
it.
or,
No.
just to be sure.
I just don't wanna make a
Yeah.
mistake by dissolving our part of it
Right.
for whatever reason down the line or whatever.
Right.
You recommend,
Even though that the way that I just remember this here too and stuff is that as we were part I guess owner or shareholder. and-
Well, you had preferred stock, apparently, from what I
Yeah,
did see, which,
and they just
you know,
wanted
that's like having
to say that,
penny stock
Yeah.
or something
Yeah.
for you guys.
so yeah, I guess all they wanted us to say I guess there and stuff is that we don't want this anymore, you know, it's.
Well, then there would be a transfer of your stock back or something. But let me
Yeah.
just-
yeah, absolutely. All right, now on to 12A. Like I said before, apparently they received a check. This happened a month ago or whatever. Same deal. We need to write a new check.
Make a motion to approve the request for duplicate mark for that check
Motion by Mr. Folker,
for $67, I believe, right?
Second.
second by Mr. Stern. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Folker.
Aye.
Stern.
Aye.
Pat.
Aye.
Shipro.
Aye. All right, individuals may address the city commission about any item not contained on the agenda. A maximum of 15 minutes will be allowed for the hearing. If the full 15 minutes are not needed, the city commission will continue with the agenda. The city commission will take no actions on the items discussed at the hearing, except for referral to staff or committee. Is there anybody that like to? Buster.
So I wanna visit a little bit about Expedition Estates, okay? Relative to the building permit issue. As we all know, that whole issue has been sitting idle since April. The work has started, on trying to get some assistance. I'm disappointed in more engineering, to be honest with you. I think that, you know, some of it could have been sped up, but be that as it is, we can't control that. My question is this, is that at one time, there was a moratorium put in place to not allow any building permits. And then I thought we were gonna lift it, but I was told that, I thought that, Mr. Schiffrol, you had mentioned that really the motion was not for the, building permits per se, if I remember correctly, but I'm not sure where that's at now, Monty. Maybe Monty can clarify
The
that.
motion was specific, there will be no building permits issued for a period of 1 year with review or change approved by the commission.
Okay, so my question is this. I think that we know the street's gonna get fixed. That was the contending issue all along. We probably don't know what it's going to take to do that, but you have already moved forward with the idea of setting up a special assessment district. So for the life of me, I have a hard time now understanding why you would not be in a position to lift the moratorium so that we could try to start getting some development back out there. You know, we've missed out on 4 opportunities this summer, which in my mind is just mind-boggling to me in terms of, and I'll tell you this from the standpoint of me being a former economic developer for Hazen. That is pathetic. I think it is. We should have been able to be worked out so that those houses could have gone up there. And when you think about that in terms of you have 4 properties down the road, and these were not gonna be cheap properties. You know, $500,000 and $600,000 homes. What that do for your tax base down the road? I don't get it, you guys. So I'm here hoping to encourage you to lift the moratorium and allow Williams Building Company to get back in there, and if they are able to get the projects going, get them going, because half the season is over already. I would entertain any questions if you have any, but.
I know Commissioner Weidrich, correct me if I'm wrong, Monty, he was the one that motioned, and I don't remember who seconded it. Was that the last motion on that?
Yep.
Yep.
It'll be on the agenda for the next meeting. And we'll have the results.
Yeah, I think we need to have everybody here, and that should be discussed.
All right, going on to the approval of the bills.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by Mr. Hack,
Second.
second by Mr. Folkerts. Any other discussion or questions? Seeing none, roll call.
Hack,
Aye.
Folkerts.
Aye.
Stern.
Aye.
Schiffrol.
Aye. Motion passed. Meeting adjourned.